What is up, guys? It's your boy No Shoes coming at you live here from the prep room as we prepare for PCL Season 9, Week 4 here, going up against the Geneva Gengars and Coach cdShafer. And a little recap for you for where we're at. We're 1-2. Took that hard L last week. Went -4. We're still not out of anything. Still really early in the season. I mean, we're only 3 weeks in. Technically 4. This is week 4, so we're only 4 weeks in, as this match has already been played by the time you've seen this. But just falling a game back in where we're at in our standings, and that's to get to playoffs. Like that 2 games back, that's 2 games out of playoff spot. That's out of playoff contention. But we've got a nice little matchup here. Schaefer is currently 0-3 with a minus 14 differential. I actually already prepped this team and made this video, only to then find out he actually made changes to his team that took effect, and I didn't realize it. So I had to go back and re-prep within like a day and a half, which is not how I like to do things. But hit the like button, comment, and subscribe as we prepare to try to get that differential back and start working our way. And let's check out his team. So initially his team had Spectrier and Keldeo instead of Conkeldurr and Toxapex. And when he made the switch to get the Toxapex and the Conkeldurr, I was at a loss. Toxapex is always a monster to me. I don't know why, but I'm never able to kill that thing successfully. Like, it always just takes lives for me. But he's got the Conkeldurr, he's got Toxapex, Alolan Muck, Mew, which is always a difficult mon to prep for in Draft League, Silvally, Mega Audino, Flygon, Steelix, Entei, Eel, and Magnemite. Magnemite's a throwaway mon. Eel can cause some trouble. It doesn't have any weaknesses naturally, and I don't have a Mold Breaker mon to counteract that, so I've got to watch out for that. If he brings Eel, it's going to be hard to kill. Entei, usually brought with a Choice Band, Extreme Speed, Flare Blitz. Feel like Entei comes. Steelix, I don't feel like comes. It's weak to a lot of my team. Weak to Victini straight up. Weak to Greninja straight up. Weak to coverage on Dragonite. So I really don't feel like Steelix comes. If Flygon comes Scarfed as a way to make sure it's faster than Victini. Audino, I feel like Audino comes. It's a great Wish Passer. Silvally is definitely coming. The question is which type Silvally is coming. But I feel like Silvally is a great answer to me this week. If he brings the right typing, he can wall 2/3 of my team. Mew, I feel like Mew probably comes. I feel like the 6 that he brings is Conkeldurr, Toxapex, Muck, Mew, Silvally, and probably Flygon if I had to bet. He could bring Entei, and he could bring Eel, and he could bring Audino, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. I think the only mon that's really viable that he's not going to bring is that Steelix. But let's jump into it. See what we got going. I'm bringing Victini. I'm bringing Victini so far every week. Bringing E-Belt this week instead of Life Orb. I have a feeling that I'm going to need a little bit of extra power and health. So I'd elected to sacrifice a little power for the E-Belt. Psychic Searing Shot, Glaciate, Scorching Sands. I decided to go Special Victini because Conkeldurr is very physically bulky. I feel like he runs Physical Mew. I feel like he runs Physical Silvally. Like, that's just... A lot of these mons are physical mons. Alolan Muck, I believe, is physical. Alolan like Psychics there for the Toxapex, for the Conkeldurr. Searing Shots there for things like Steelix, and for some Stab. Glaciate's there for Flygon, hoping to catch that thing on a switch in. If I see it and I switch in Victini, I'm most likely going to Glaciate. Excuse me. Going to Glaciate anything. That way, no matter what he brings in, it still goes -1. And Scorching Sands, it's there for things like Entei, Alolan Muck, certain variants of Silvally. So Victini really as a breaker this week is really effective. So I'm really need to utilize it effectively. Bring it in the right situations where it's going to put off some damage, get some kills. Oh, I didn't update you. So Heracross is still in the top 10 as far for this week, and kills. And then Victini is still in the top 15 this week, going into this week. The next one we're bringing is Greninja. I'm really not utilizing Greninja as well as I should be, but Greninja is doing its part each week so far. 3 weeks in, Greninja's coming in and it's causing some havoc for my opponent. Bringing Life Orb Greninja, Dark Pulse, Extra Sensory, Ice Beam, and Water Shuriken. Shuriken's there for the priority. Sentry's there for things for Conkeldurr and Toxapex. Dark Pulse is there for Mew. Ice Beam for the Flygon. This is kind of one of those things where Eel kind of gets the better of me. I don't really have anything for Eel. Dark Pulse hits it pretty hard. Ice Beam hits it alright. So they can't really switch in, but if it gets a free switch in, I can't really stay in. And since I have no turn with Greninja this week, I elected to go away from the U-turn this week. I really do struggle with the proper movement away from that Electros. Electros kind of just comes in on the Greninja and gets to soak up whatever hit it wants. Next one that I'm bringing Scarf Dragonite, and I'm bringing Scarf Dragonite because I'm really scared of a few things, and this was one of those changes that I had to make. I originally didn't have Scarf Dragonite, and then I realized he made the changes, and I had to rework this, and I decided to bring Scarf Dragonite. Scarf Dragonite becomes faster than anything that he wants to bring unscarfed. Dragon Claw's there for Flygon, and for some Stab, Dual Wing Beat for the Conkeldurr, Iron Head for Autono, Earthquake is there for Electros and Toxapex, or not Electros, Entei, Toxapex, and Alolan Muck. I really feel like this thing's going to put in a lot of work. I'm really excited to bring it Scarf this week. And just having the benefit of being faster than everything else on the field is going to be very huge. My opponent doesn't have a true Trick Room setter. Like, okay, you can run Trick Room, Autono can run Trick Room, but they're not naturally known to run Trick Room. So I don't have to worry so much about Trick Room like I did last week, which I didn't excel well in doing at all anyways. So even though this team is much slower than most of my team, I'm still not really concerned with Trick Room. Next one I'm bringing Specs Galvantula. I'm not a big fan of bringing choice items. I'm really not a fan of bringing 2 choice items in the same team. But Specs Galvantula really just puts in work. Bug Buzz hits the Alolan Muck, the Mew, most forms of Silvally really well. Any form of Silvally that really does damage to Victini or Greninja, he really has to worry about Bug Buzz and Thunder. Volt Switch is there for some movement. I bring in Galvantula, Volt Switch around. He does his ground type Steelix, and I really don't think Steelix is coming. If Steelix comes, then I'm in trouble. Galvantula's in trouble, but I'll take my lump there. And I'm bringing Toxic which is there to kind of slow down some of these things, like a defensive Mew, a defensive Silvally, Flygon. It's designed to slow down those kinds of things. Next one I'm bringing Clefty here, the heavy duty boots. Really, this thing is designed to kind of keep hazards off the field for Victini and Greninja and Dragonite to come in more freely. Dazzling Gleam, Flash Cannon, and Psychic are its other 3 moves. Psychic is there for the Toxapex mostly. Dazzling Gleam and Psychic are kind of a trade-off against the Conkeldurr. They both hit it really hard. Psychic hits it a little bit better. But if I click D-Gleam on something like Muck or Flygon and I get a Conkeldurr with it, I'm okay with it. Psychic is mostly there for the Toxapex. And then Flash Cannon's there for like Auto-No, things of that nature. But like I said, this thing's main goal is to just come in, prankster away any hazards, any stealth rocks, any toxic spikes. It has multiple toxic spike setters, multiple rockers multiple spike setters. Clefty is just designed to really keep those things off the field. And then I'm bringing Regenerator Tangrowth here. Earthquake, Knockoff, Toxic, Power Whip. This is actually going to be my main wall against the Toxapex. Toxapex comes in. I can bring in Tangrowth here. Bring in Hugh the Waterbender. If anybody didn't catch where that name comes from, that's the Vine monster in Avatar. But I knock off the Black Sludge, and then I can just sit there and Earthquake or Power Whip, whichever I want to do to the Toxapex. It does a chunk to me, I do a chunk to it back. I'll trade Tangrowth for Toxapex every week. And yeah, that's our team this week. Really trying to get the Victini and the Greninja in there. Really trying to get them worked in there well. My wife just went outside for some reason. But yeah, trying to get Victini and Greninja in there to do some damage. Trying to bring in Dragonite there to really do some revenge killing. And yeah, that's the team this week. Hoping to get back from that 4-0 stomping that we took last week. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And battle goes up tomorrow. See you then. Peace.